Hello and welcome back to the channel. Something a bit different for you today. This is a centre console for our new 21cc. So we are making a mould. We're using this one here as a plug, so we're going to be making a new mould off of this. So we're just going to talk through and starting process of what we're doing to create a mould, an efficient mould that obviously we can use over and over and over again to make this product. So this is quite a wide console. We have in the front what I like to call a suicide seat, so to speak. So it's about 1.2 meters wide. You know, it's had some repairs and a bit of work done. Obviously this is only a plug, so I'm not expecting it to be pristine. I'm going to rework the mould anyway to get out any final defects, because when you're working on a product you will see that once it is in a consistent colour, whether it be white, grey, black or anything, it will show up a lot more defects than it will when it's patchwork. When it's patchwork, it can be very hard to see what is right, what isn't right, if there's pinholes, if there's deeper scratches that need fixing, and things like this. So the console itself's already had 7 coats of mould release wax, you know, which is all pretty good for what we need. So the next step, what we've done is use some melamine board to create this flange, this lip here, this retaining lip. So that's going to create the lip of the mould, and these are locators so that the mould can find itself when it's bolted together. Obviously it sits in the right position every time. If you don't have these, it can become more difficult when you're trying to bolt a split mould together, that it could be out of line, especially with this, is you again trying to make yourself a nice easy life. You do not want to be having to spend loads of time trying to realign this, even if it's a mil out, 2 mil out. It's more time that you're going to have to spend to repair, you know, to refurbish it, and it's just it's soul destroying when it gets into it, and it becomes a long-winded process. So if you're going to use melamine is really good, especially with a shiny face surface, because it is already used as a pre-release. So if you are ever going to use melamine to make a mould, I'd advise you do not wax it. The more you wax it now, you're going to end up with a pre-release, and then you're going to end up with issues in your gel coat where it will suck in and it cause problems down the line. So this is only 12mm melamine. I have actually put one wax on it just to give it a clean up, just check it over it and just to help us there. I've just used some softwood blocks which have just been hot glued onto this, and then beeswax to make these radiuses. I've then closed up all this with beeswax, all these gaps, and kept it at 90 degree, you know, scribed the timber in so it sits nice and tight with that. So this is going to create one half of the mould. Then after we've done this, be 2 coats of gel, you know, 300 base layer, might go for a 450 or another 300 depending on how I feel with the shape, and then build this up probably at least with another 6 layers of 600, and maybe some core mat on this face, because this is quite a big face. Over longer terms, using moulds again and again, they can deform, and so that would be a prime location where you'll end up with a suck-in or a bit of warp start happening over time. So the more stiffer you can get with that, you can either bond a bit of ply onto it, use a bit of core mat, something like this. It's just going to make your life a lot easier and protect the longevity of the mould that you're creating as well. So once one half's done, these cups will obviously be in this half of the mould, and then when you go to the other side, you'll actually have the cups on there as well. So we'll remove the melamine and the timber, and then you'll glass the opposite of them. So that lip will then need waxing a minimum of 6 times really, so you don't end up with any catches on it. Again, this side's already been done and prepped as well. So the most of the face and everything I'm not really going to have to deal with. It's just going to be the main lip. So yeah, it's just a quick update of what we're going to do now. So like I say, this will be featuring on the new 21 centre console, which we'll be releasing in June at the Sea Angling Classic alongside Suzuki, as well as Tim McPherson with Sea Angler and saltwater boat angling. So keep up to date with this one. We're looking to achieve some great speeds and a really high-end offshore fishing boat with this one. Thanks very much.